people can end up still seeing you.
How many people are seeing us right now?
One. There's one person.
Well,
so
we got one. Thank you to Joe's wife.
I feel like we already started the show.
we started about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I feel like we started about 10 minutes ago. But I think we are now Facebook Live. Or no,
TikTok Live.
Sorry,
Get with the program.
Sorry. We are on TikTok Live. So this is the first episode that we've gone live.
1 year. We're pretty much 1 year.
We're 1 year
into it, and we're going TikTok Live.
We're going TikTok Live.
Are we going to be TikTok famous in the next hour?
I don't know. Are we? I'm excited if we
We're
do
going to
it.
be TikTok famous.
Well, luckily, I think we have someone in the studio today.
TikTok expert.
We do. We do. And are you here to teach us the TikTok?
I am.
Meghan Lucky's
All right.
going to teach us the TikTok.
I'm going to teach you guys the TikTok.
Do you want your earphones on? No. You don't need your earphones?
Oh, no, I don't need my earphones on.
Can you hear us all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right?
I can.
There we go.
There you go.
Hello.
It's not like TikTok. You got to be in the microphone.
Gotta be in the microphone. Start.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Megan and I go way back. We've known each other 10 years or so. And
It's been a long time.
yes, long time. I saw her out one night. I was like, where have you been? She was in Idaho and Virginia and Istanbul. And now she's back in Florida.
Small world.
And now you're starting to do TikTok.
I
Or
am.
you've been doing TikTok
Since January.
of this year.
Yes.
So about 6-7 months.
It's not even that cold.
Oh, eight. God, it's almost 8 months now. Yeah.
Yeah. We're in August.
Time goes by so quick.
So what got you into TikTok? Just roll over in bed and say, I'm going to be TikTok famous?
No, just my husband and my son.
They want you to do TikTok?
Yeah.
They said, Mom and dear, you need to be a TikTok star.
Yes.
And you're like, that's it. I'm going to do it.
Pretty much.
So you picked up the phone just like we did. You figured out how to hit play.
Yes. And I said, well, honestly, I want to go traveling more and I want to be able to do more things. So that's when I was like, you know what? If they think I can do it, then I can do
So
it.
it gives you that freedom.
It does give you that freedom.
Little financial freedom and a lot of financial freedom.
Yeah. And you get to meet a lot of really cool people and you get to make an impact on people's lives.
So when you start to do TikTok, when it's okay, I'm gonna do the TikTok job. When how much do you put in before you actually start seeing a return?
First, it takes consistency. So you want to be consistent every single day. So that way people know when to expect you. So having that consistency. And then it takes to really see anything after you'll see something your first month. And you're like, wow, it's pretty good. Your second month, wow, that's pretty good.
A little better.
A little bit better. And you look at your third month and you're like,
I want to do this every month.
I want to do this every single month. And it pushes you and it wants you and it motivates you to do more. Because once you get a little taste, you're like, that's nice. But then once you get a little bit more, that's nice. But then once you catch the whole fish, it's like,
Yeah, but you don't get the whole fish. That's the crazy part about it.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. Did you realize that TikTok, from what we're talking about, is break it down for us. So if you make $100, all right, let's just say $100 on this episode or this battle, what do you actually walk away with cash money of $100?
Well, TikTok's 60%.
So right there, you've made $40.
$40.
And then if you're with an agency, they take 12 of the 40 or 12 of the 100.
It depends. So it depends on if you have outside contracts with agencies. If you do, you do. If you don't, then every agency is different. So if you're an agency with TikTok, then they don't take any money and that's yours. If you're in an agency and they take, let's say 12% or 20% or whatever it is that you have a contract with.
What's the average?
Average, I believe, is between 10 to about maybe 12%.
All right, let's say 10%. So 40, they take another $4.
Yes.
So you actually only get 36.
Correct.
Swipe left. What is that?
Let me look. Hold on.
Oh, there it goes.
You swipe it, swipe
We're
up?
learning.
Oh, it looks
TikTok.
like it's fine.
Okay, we're going to do a co-host in a
We're
second.
TikTok
We're going to do a
famous now.
co-host in a minute. So TikTok takes 60% and then you're less,
Another-
but then you're not done yet, right? Because then what about the IRS? Because you got to pay Uncle Sam, right?
No.
And do you pay him on the $36 or do you pay him on the $100?
You first have to pay them on the $100 because it's what you end up making, right? Just like when you end up making, you go to your work, right? You make $100, but after you don't make $100 because
Well, you didn't make $100.
But you didn't make $100 if you end up going to work and you get paid so much an hour, you make $100.
So you have to pay tax on the $100.
Correct, because if you make
Well, that's what they paid her. They paid her $100.
So that $36, you pay taxes.
you pay taxes.
Another 10-15%.
Correct.
So literally $100, you walk out with maybe $22-25.
After you're paying your
So
taxes.
really, it's about 25% of what comes in you actually put in your pocket to go buy groceries, to buy kids gifts. And,
yes. I mean, TikTok's making most of the money,
Well, yeah.
and then it goes the IRS, and then you.
And then the agency, and then you.
Yeah.
So that's crazy because, like I said, $100, you literally walk away with maybe 20, 22, $25.
You can make good money though if you.
So you make it. So if you have a $10,000,
Bye, guys. Hold on, guys. Just for 1 second.
she's
Yeah.
bike.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do. Let me see this. We're gonna do. Can I see this real quick? Hold on, guys. Give me
Yeah, go for
1
it.
second.
Yep.
We're gonna go live. Give me 1 second. You guys don't have anybody yet. Hold on.
We don't have anybody yet.
We got
How do
nobody.
we have nobody yet?
Okay, so hold on. Host. Co-host.
The 13 people we have that follow us on
No,
TikTok.
we have like over 1,000.
Do we really?
Yeah.
No.
We have over 1,000 people follow us on
You have
TikTok.
to go live for 30 minutes to end up unlocking this feature. You can invite check requirements. You have to go live for 30 minutes. Oh, you can't do this just yet, but that's okay. You're still live. People can end up still seeing you.
How many people are seeing us right now?
One. There's one person.
Oh, we got one.
Thank you to Joe's wife.
So maybe you can go ahead. Hello, guys. Go ahead and.
So we have all these requirements. So we have to go live for 30 before we go into a battle, is it called?
Well, not a bad.
No, you're
Co-hosting.
just co-hosting. Yeah.
co-hosting.
It's
So-
basically like our followers will be introduced to her and her followers will be introduced to us.
And we have to be 30 minutes.
We're networking.
We're networking.
We're networking.
How much is that going to cost us?
Oh, God, so much.
$25.
$25.
So back to my thing. So you $100, you literally walk away with about $24 after Uncle Sam, TikTok makes it. So TikTok's really the winner of this all.
Yeah, correct. Unless you have somebody that's, has some money and that says, hey, I want to create something, and that can create the power to outbeat TikTok, right? So if you had somebody that can take what TikTok already has, right, but make it better, instead of taking 60%, maybe take 40%, right? And you don't have to be greedy. Just like if you go and you buy a bottle of water, right? And you take that bottle of water and you bought a whole case of water for $4, right? Why do you need to sell it for $1? If that person's selling it for $1 and this person's selling it for $1, why don't you sell it for maybe 75 cents? Because overall, if you think about the long term, you're going to sell more bottles of water at 75 cents than they're going to sell at $1. So kind of the same concept where if you have an app just like TikTok, you offer things that TikTok don't have. You end up offering different deals and you end up making it at a lot less percentage. But overall, you're going to make more because you're going to have more people that will end up staying and joining with you. So yeah, that's my kind of take on it.
So these people say, "Oh, I made $10,000." Do you think they made $10,000?
No, that was their
bring home. Oh, their income.
I mean, so a lot of the times,
Because you hear these people, "Oh, I made
Yes.
$75,000 on TikTok." So really, they made 30 grand.
well, it
I
depends.
mean, don't get me wrong. I take 30 grand a month either way, but
Is it their gross or is it their net, right?
they're not going to say, nor are they ever going to say it.
Yeah, and most people don't, right? So if a lot of the times, let's just say one month brought home $5,000, okay, and that was $5,000. That's how much I ended up getting paid, okay. That was after TikTok. That was after the agency. That was after TikTok. But now there is the IRS. And most people don't think about at the end of the year, there's these quarterly taxes or these taxes that you have to end up paying. And that's what you have to invest with an LLC. So once you invest with an LLC, if your first year you have your company and if it doesn't make money, you can do all these deductions and all these taxes, but people don't do that, right? So now at the end of the year, you are going to owe a lot of money, but you're not going to end up having it because you ended up thinking, yeah, you made $10,000 and that's how much you brought home that month, but you didn't put any money away for any of your taxes. So for me, it's people like when you get paid every month from your employer, your taxes are already taken out. You don't have to worry about Social Security and stuff. But with independent contractors, they don't think like that. So really, if they're making $5,000, they probably, and that's me, they probably made $3,500. Like I'm thinking like I want, about $3,500 and then the rest goes to the IRS.
Yeah, the IRS, they don't forget. And they take a good portion, because when you are a private contractor, you still have to pay. You still have to pay Medicare. You still have to pay Social Security. You have to pay into it. So, you're going to get that bill at the end of the month.
Yeah.
End of the year if you're a private contractor. But yeah, there's one thing the government will never let you slide.
No, and another thing too is like with these people that are making that much money, how much money are they taking it and how much are they investing in it? What about your retirement? What about a 401k? So, a lot of these people, they think, oh, it's like I have all this money and I can do this, but they're not thinking about the long term. They're not thinking about their future. Yeah, you can make that money, but what are you doing with it?
Right.
So,
do you think the people that are, because now being a Facebook professional, TikTok, it's kind of taken over. A lot of people are using that as their only source of income. Do you think that, retirement and stuff like that's kind of dropped off to where, people aren't looking at the future and what to invest in?
I think so. I think people aren't thinking about that. I think they're thinking about the now. And I feel like people are they're not even able to buy groceries. They're not even able to live. They're not even able to do certain things. They're not able to think about retirement. A lot of people are actually taking out their retirement because things are just so cost effective. I mean,
You're just saying, inflation.
Yeah,
has
inflation.
gone-
There you go. Yes, yeah, sorry. So they're being really cost effective on things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You have to be, to everything now. No one's pay went up, but eggs did, milk did, everything went up. And what I was saying with getting into the job of being TikTok, no one really is looking into retirement. I mean, but really in the service industry, they're not really either.
I don't think bartender servers either.
No, I don't
nobody
think
really looks
anyone
into that.
really looks into retirement anymore. And is that something that's kind of died? That look into the future. Does everyone just kind of feel that, well, I'm just going to work until the government will give me Social Security and then I'll just live off of that? Maybe that's the mentality.
But the thing about it is you can't even live off of Social Security. And that's because my grandparents are on it and they don't even get enough money to live. You don't have enough to even live off of Social Security. And what if there's no Social Security by the time we get older? So
Yeah.
Paying into something you may not get.
exactly.
Yeah, I think most likely won't get.
Time value of money, invest early, even if it's a little bit a month. Amen. Amen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's just something, think about it. Can you not go? Thank you, Chris. Can you go or can you go a day or a week not having a Starbucks coffee? Or can you go not having Chick-fil-A or maybe, going out to eat, take that money and invest in it, whether it's $100, that $100 will end up adding up over time.
No. Oh, well, look at it. If everyone just kind of sat back and looked at the stupid money they spend,
Yeah.
like all this stuff you don't need at all.
How much money have you looked at your account and seen where do you spend your money the most?
I'd be scared to.
You haven't looked?
No.
Have you looked, Jeremy?
No.
So, I've been here for about over a month now and I've looked and most of my money is food and food has been so expensive. I'm like, I just went to the grocery store and I spent $200, barely didn't get anything. And I'm like, I'm still needing groceries. So I've spent over $2,000 just in food alone. Going to Taco Bell, my son's like, hey, 16, mind you. I want to get some Taco Bell, Mom. Okay, cool. I get a $9 deluxe box, and then I get 2 cheesy rice brine burritos. $17. I said $17. What am I? This isn't no sit down restaurant. This is $17.
That was just for him, $17.
$17. And he was like, that was $17, Mom. I'm like, yeah, we didn't even go to Chili's. But meanwhile, I went to Tiki Docks in Port Orange, which is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys been yet. It's on right where the Riverwalk
Nice,
is.
yeah.
So I go to there, been there a couple of times now, been my new favorite little spot. Anyways, I go and then you get a soda and you get an appetizer, which is like some queso and chips, or you can get a salad. And then you can get like a fried shrimp basket, which comes with like 6 shrimps and some fries. And I'm like a big kid. I like kid meals and stuff. So I ended up getting it. It was $13. And I was like, this is cheaper than Taco
For the
Bell.
drink, the salad, and the shrimp was $13.
$13. No lie. $13. That was 6 shrimp. The best fried shrimp I've had. It was lightly battered, fresh. And then my son had chicken tenders, and they were really good too. It was lightly breaded.
So for $30, you're out the door. $25.
Yeah, it was cheaper than going to fast food, that Taco Bell that tastes like crap, that's you're in the bathroom like 30 minutes later. Kids meals. I'm a big kid now.
You are a big kid.
I am. So yeah, but it's expensive.
Yeah, fast food has gone up a lot. It's been a while since Taco Bell, but I noticed that at Burger King. I was like, holy shit, I just spent $24 at Burger King.
Yeah, I go through and get a number one onion rings and a Coke, and it's like $16. It's and the customer service is horrible. You wait, like, do you know my favorite one is when they have you pull up and they don't want you to pull up to the window. Have you had that one yet?
Oh, yeah.
They have you pay at the first window and they go, don't pull up. We'll wave you up when you're ready, so that the thing doesn't start. Their timer
little
doesn't.
timer.
Right. I mean, every time I go to these places, and I'm done. I'm done going that crap.
Yeah. Buy it and make it.
Yeah, fast food is the same price as going out to eat. It's insane. Utterly insane.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
I mean, Taco Bell is $10, $12, $15 by yourself.
Yeah.
And you go out to eat and get that and a drink for $17, $18.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, $13 at Tiki Docks in Port Orange, no lie. And it was so good. I think I even have it's on this phone, but I have a video, and they have live music. You sit out on the water, great sunset view. I mean, great for kids to run around because you got the park next door. You got the little splash pad, make a day out of it. And it's only $13. They have other meals that you can get where it's like $15.99. And I think the most was like $18.99, but it's like a fish and chip basket and like some other things.
Still
but
not bad.
It's still not bad.
Not for $18.
Not for $18. Like I said, Taco Bell, even Chick-fil-A has gone up. It was like, I think it was like, what, $6, $7 for a kid's meal.
Did they clear it with the big guy upstairs? Did he say they could go up in prices? Chick-fil-A.
They have to ask.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A absolutely has to ask.
But McDonald's doesn't.
No.
So
McDonald's bad.
Yes.
let me ask you something crazy. So before I came in, I had to get dinner for the kids. And so I went to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, can I have mind you, I did a mobile order. And I was like, can I have my sauces bagged separately? Do you know why? Maybe you want to guess why, Jeremy? No?
They
Okay.
give you more?
No, they don't give you more. So when they put the sauces in the bag, they put it on, they're taking the sauces from their hands that they're working and they're doing things with. They're taking the sauces, picking it up, and they're putting it in the bag, which has fries. They always put it on top of the fries, which is like, to me, it's being like contaminated because they got their dirty hands and who knows if they wash their hands or not. And they're putting it in the bag with the fries, right? And it's like getting all over the fries. And then a lot of the time the fries is half empty because the sauces are in the fries sometimes. So anyways, I asked if they could have the sauces bagged separately. He ended up giving me a whole big ordeal about why he couldn't end up bagging my sauces separately. And I was like, sir, can you just please bag my sauces separately? And I went into the contamination thing, and he was like, I don't think it's that serious. And I was like,
At Chick-fil-A?
At Chick-fil-A.
They argued with you at I thought everything was my pleasure.
No, it was not my pleasure.
Everything at Chick-fil-A is my pleasure.
It was not my pleasure. And then I was like, sir.
Did you not video that?
I did video it.
Do you have it?
I do have it on this phone.
I want to see this
Oh,
video.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did video it.
I want,
Yeah,
everything
we need
it's
to
on this
send
phone.
that.
No, actually, it's
We'll
on this
put it
phone.
in
Hold
the
on.
episode.
No, I have it right now. I got the video right now. Hold on. Let me pull it out.
It's my pleasure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hi, how are you? I am just wondering, why can't I have my sauces bagged separately? Like, I just want my sauces, like my Chick-fil-A sauces and my ketchup just bagged in a separate bag.
This is a mobile order, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the name on it?
Meghan?
I don't mind. I can personally do that for you, but basically what the consensus is, if there's not a button on it, we just don't do it because we're like a quick service and not like a full service restaurant. So there's like a lot of things that we do that that people ask for, like they want their sandwiches cut in half, like we don't do things like that, or but I can go ahead and take care of it, but essentially if it's not like a button on the app, like we just can't do it.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you're handling food, right? And you shouldn't be taking sauces like ketchup and like if people are taking the sauces and they're putting it in a bag, right? Well, the fries are on top. A lot of the times, the sauces are on top of the fries. That's being contaminated because your hands are touching sauces. You're not using gloves to touch the sauce, so it's being contaminated by putting it in there, and that's how people get sick and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha. So
yeah.
I can do it for you. I just can't guarantee like that's always going to happen is all, because we just can't see it. From times like we are usually a lot busier than this, it's going to kind of slow down operations. So, but I can do it for you this time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nate. I truly appreciate
Yeah,
that.
sorry about that. That's just like corporate, like all the way down the ladder. They just kind of enforce that. So.
Yeah, I'll just call. You can look at my rewards. I spend quite a bit of money at Chick-fil-A, and I
always ask for that.
I always ask for that every single time, and I always ask for pickles, a cup of pickles, and I always have all of my sauces always bagged separately.
Gotcha.
It's just because one time I ended up getting sick, and ever since then I just never ended up having it again.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. We'll go ahead and take care of that. I definitely understand the concern, but we do serve thousands of people a day, and I don't think we get thousands of people sick per day, so I'm not too sure if that might have been the case or not, but I can understand the precaution. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nate.
He didn't say my pleasure. Not one time. He said, okay.
Jeez,
all right, thanks, man. Not one time did I ever hear
He
my
was
pleasure.
nicely trying to say F you.
He was.
He was nicely telling you to go
Yeah.
F
Yes.
yourself.
And I was being so nice because I'm like sitting here and I'm like,
hey, that's the come on, Karen.
She's
Karen.
She's the next come on,
you
Karen.
You're the Karen.
You're the Karen that wanted your bag separately that argued the poor Chick-fil-A guy.
Listen, you know what? He didn't even have to argue with me. He could have just sat there and said, okay. Like I didn't even.
No, he doesn't say okay. He says my pleasure.
He should have sat there and said, my pleasure, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, my pleasure. Anything else I can do for you, ma'am? Instead of arguing with me for me to have to explain myself.
Listen, we
because
serve,
then now I
listen,
sound
we
like
serve thousands of people a day.
Don't
You
say
should
that.
send that to corporate Chick-fil-A. That is awesome. Not one time did you get a my pleasure, and he literally argued with you why he wasn't going to do it. Now he could say as part of our policy and move on. Dude, that right there is going viral.
That's going to go viral.
That's going viral.
Nate,
Not my
Nate from
pleasure.
Chick-fil-A, it is not my pleasure, but guess what? You're going viral.
Nate, I hope you don't get fired, buddy.
No, Nate was great. Nate was great. We're not going to get Nate fired.
Nate
was
Dogg
great.
is going to be working at Burger King tomorrow.
No. Nate Dogg.
It's
was
all
great.
your fault, Karen.
No, Nate was
Karen.
Listen, Nate was great. Even though he didn't say
I've
my
changed your name by
pleasure.
phone to Karen. That would be Megan's calling. Karen. Karen's calling. I still love you, Karen. Megan.
I love it. We serve thousands.
We serve
of people.
thousands and they don't get
They
sick.
don't get
He
sick.
called your bitch ass out right there. He goes, we serve thousands of people
And
and,
you know
none
what?
of them get sick.
And I'm like, you know what I really wanted to say?
My
How
pleasure.
do you know? My pleasure. My pleasure. I should have sat there and said, my pleasure.
My pleasure.
Have a wonderful day. But I should have sat there and said, well, how do you know if people do get sick or not? Like, I mean, like people aren't thinking like, hey, if I, somebody's putting their greasy hands or their sick hands or they're coughing and they're just taking, sauces and they're putting it in bags.
Picking your nose and grabbing the fucking sauce.
I don't know. Like, that's just, I don't know. I just think a little bit different. Like, I'm an overthinker.
Now let's talk about you a little bit here, Pumpkin. You used to work at Hooters, Wing House, all these great places. Did you take precautions?
Actually, yeah, I did sometimes. Not all the time.
Did you ever say it was my
Sometimes.
pleasure or did you argue with them?
Oh.
Come on, give us your best Karen story. We know it's coming. You got that one lady at that one place at that one time.
Oh, I've had a lot of those.
Give us the best one. We're gonna give a little come on Karen right now.
The best one?
Yeah.
Oh. There was a place that was, I don't know what it was called. I worked there for a night and then that was it. It was the restaurant that's at the corner of Ormond. So it's right before you get to Stone Grill.
Stonewood.
Yeah, Stonewood. So it's like that little corner restaurant. I don't know what it was called, but I was working there. You had to wear these like fancy like clothes and like waiter stuff. We only had 2 table sections. And me, I'm used to having like a 6 table section. I'm used to having a nice big section because I'm a little hyper, can't sit still. And there was a lady and she was snapping her fingers at me.
What?
Hello, Karen. What does that say? I want to see the Karen. I gotta hold on. Oh my God. Oh my. Yeah, Karen. Yes, Karen. Yes,
I
Karen.
laughed too.
Keller's Barbecue would have bagged them separate. See, Captain Obvious, you understand the reasoning of why of doing the bag separately. So anyways, so she was snapping her fingers at me. Snapping and just kept snapping her fingers. And I'm like just not paying attention. And I looked over at her and Morgan came out. Because that's my other I'm really nice and I'm sweet, but there's a button. It's like kind of like Pokemon.
Meghan and Morgan.
Meghan and Morgan, like Eminem. And she ended up just like snapping. And I looked over at her and I was like, you don't snap your fingers at me. And she just said, I could do whatever I want. I'm paying and and go get me a water. And, back in the day, I was, 20 something years old and I really had a mouth on me, which still hasn't changed. But I ended up cursing her out and told her to go F herself and I got fired. So
Where was this?
that was at that place right by Stonewood on the corner on the right-hand side. And I realized that day it's the man.
Daytona or Ormond?
It was in Ormond. It's right on the corner, right, like where the beach is, like
Jimmy Who? No, not Jimmy Who's.
no. But it's no longer there. It was like you have to understand.
What
this
was
was
the
like
one
over
that was there
10
behind there? There was
It was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, I have no idea.
it was back by the Walgreens.
There was a Walgreens at the corner. Yes.
Corner, and you were right behind there.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that one.
It was a fancy place. You had to wear white, and then you had to wear white shirts.
On Julian's?
No, not Julian's. I'm gonna figure out this place because it's gonna drive me.
I don't think this place existed.
TGIF. Thank God it's no, not
TGI Fridays.
No, not
and that was on
one.
the other corner.
So you were at Fridays.
I was years and years ago.
So the back alley behind Walgreens, there was a nice bar.
Not yet.
You told someone to go F off and got fired
I did.
because she said get a water.
No,
Now,
I told
do
her-
you
She wanted a water.
No, she was
you know
snapping
what?
her fingers at me. Like, I think that is the most disrespectful thing is as you're waiting on another table, just like snapping like your finger, like you think you're entitled. Like, I'm sorry, but like snapping your fingers, like I'm not a dog. I'm a person. You could have sat there and waited until I was done taking the other person's order and sat there and said, hey, excuse me, do you mind getting me a water, please? Like, you don't have to snap your fingers at me like I'm some type of servant or like I'm your butler. Like, that's what I felt like. I'm not a butler. Like I'm a person too. And I feel like a lot of the times people don't realize when they go out to eat, they don't tip either, and servers, they have to end up relying on tips. A lot of the places. So in Florida, you get paid a pretty good wage. You get like some places you get $7 an hour, $9 an hour plus.
Florida?
In Florida, yeah.
Where?
Well,
Here.
anywhere. Yeah. Servers get paid like $7 to $9
No,
an hour.
they get paid $11 an hour.
$11. Okay, well, listen, this was when I was here,
Oh,
okay?
yeah, it was like $3 an hour.
Well, that was like $3 an hour,
You were
exactly.
like $2.13, $4 an hour.
Yeah, it was like $3.92 or something. Like it was back then. But now it's like I thought it was like $7.9.
What is it? $10.98.
Okay.
$9.98. It'd be $10.98.
September next month.
September 30th.
Okay, so 11, right? And so in Virginia, you get paid like $3, like $3 an hour. And
Tennessee's $2.13 an hour.
that's insane to get paid that amount of money. And you're sitting there and time is everything. Time is money, right? You're just sitting there and you're waiting for a table and then you're relying on your tips. But if people don't end up tipping, you're not going to make anything. Or if you have a big check or whatever, like people think that, a bill's $100, I'm going to give you $10.
I don't know. I side with both sides. Sometimes I can see why it should be that way. Sometimes for the bars and the restaurants, dude, $11 an hour is a lot.
Yeah,
you
it's
got
way
you
too
got.
much.
I mean, don't even count the kitchen, which is one of your biggest expense besides management. You got a server. You got 4, 5, 6 servers on, 2, 3 bartenders on. You're $100 an hour going out the door in payroll, easily $100 an hour. So you're open for 9 hours. You got $900 in servers and bartenders. Then you got the kitchen back there, and nowadays they're. It was 13, 14 an hour. Now it's 17, 18, 20, 22 an hour. So you got another probably 100, 150 an hour going out from the back of the house. So you literally have $250 an hour going out the door.
Yeah.
So you say, oh, they got to make their money. I agree. But so do we.
Yeah.
And they wonder why price go up. Now, when you're giving shitty customer service or you're not taking tables in time or you're not getting enough tables or upselling and reselling, now I'm not making my money either. And I still got to pay $250 an hour for all those people to be there. An hour. Remember, 9 hours. You're paying almost what is that? $2,000 for the day?
That's not included everything
That's
else.
not including food costs. That's not including labor. I'm sorry. That's not including liquor costs.
Yep.
Your insurance, your rent, your lights, electricity, water, the lawsuit that you get from somebody that you have to pay a lawyer for. the broken, cooler in the back because somebody didn't shut the door all the way and nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
And you just got to pay $3,000 to fix it. And you can't go and get it from little Susie who forgot to shut the door. You're screwed. So I don't know if I agree with it should be $11 an hour. I don't.
Well, that's why
I think it's, and then I think they've gotten
cheaper.
lazy now. I think a
it's
lot
right.
of
In like Tennessee, $2.13 an hour. That's where it should be nationwide. Now there should be the minimum wage for non-tipped employees. That should continue to go up. I think that should be at $15 an hour. It should be at $15 now.
but tipped employees.
But tipped employees should not be going up.
I don't think so. I'm sorry. And the customer service has gone down. Everything else has gone up. I mean, like I said, you're at $250 an hour. If you're open, say 10 hours, that's $2,500.
But let me ask, but maybe
$2,500 a day.
So
if you're open, I mean, you do the math. $2,500 a day times 30 days. If that's what you have service wise, I mean,
And every time that menu price goes up, the server or bartender just gets another raise because they get a percent. They get tipped for 20%. So anytime that menu goes up, they get a raise.
So I mean, I want the service to make money, but I also want better customer service.
Well, the
I want them to
company
show
would
up on
like
time.
to
I want them
make
to
money too.
care. Right. I think that's why a lot of restaurants are going out of business and closing up or not opening as many locations. I mean, there's restaurants that were opening locations every other month, every month, 3 a month. Some of these big corporates, now they're selling them. They're closing ones. I guarantee you, Hooters had filed for a lot of these places filed for bankruptcy is because of the payroll.
And but
we have to have servers in there in order to service the people.
You do, but a lot of the times too, it's I just went out to dinner, and you always talk about upsell, right?
It's my pleasure.
Pleasure, so upsell, right? Upsell, and that was one of the things that we had to do when we worked at Wing House is upsell. It was all based on your schedule. If you upselled, you end up getting better sections, you get a better schedule, you get to do those things, right? So I went to a restaurant and I picked because I was trained pretty well with serving. I've been serving for a while, and go out to eat, and she's like, "What can I start you to drink?" And I hate that because it's like, this isn't like a McDonald's order. Like you're asking and instead of saying, hey, this is our special, and if I sit there and say, hey, can I get a vodka and cranberry, okay, instead of just upselling me, can I get you, a gray goose and,
Goose.
upselling. You want to go higher, and then work your way down. But they don't end up doing that. They never upsell. Same thing with, hey, can I start you off with an appetizer? No, but if you give me that visual and say, hey, can I start you off with these nachos and chicken and cheese? They got, give them that visual description of it, then they're going to say, yeah, I want it. Or, hey, we have this chocolate molten cake and it has
See why I think it's not worth $11 an hour.
I agree because, no, but now wait, stop. But then what if you have an employee that actually is a hardworking employee, like someone that, is always there, that's always upselling, that's always doing what they're supposed to do, just like upselling. And maybe that month they ended up upselling and they keep being consistent. Over time, would you give that employee $10 an hour?
I would give rate. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would have no problem.
Yeah.
If I could see them upselling and reselling and doing it, I had no problem with the bonus or raises or something. Be like, hey, everybody makes $2.13 an hour. You make $7 an hour. I would have no problem on my own that I get to choose who's helping me better the business.
And I think that's how it should be. It should be up to the businesses and the restaurants, not it being up to the states to end up being it to be mandatory.
Because we're at basically $10 an hour now. It's 11 and it's stopping at 12. So we had 2 more years of this. It was a 5-year. It was a 5-year deal.
That's insane.
It was $7.98, $8.98, $9.98, $10.98, $11.98 is what it went over the next 5 years. So we're in the third, going into the fourth.
Yeah, you can work on inflation all you want. The price is still going to go up on food
and all
in a
that's
restaurant.
going to do is, I mean, if you look at the hours how many hours do you think at your restaurant overall? Your server, I know it's going to be a hard number, but between your servers and bartenders for 365 days, how many hours would you have to say?
Well, I just did it. I just did the quick math not too long ago. The raise September 30th next year will cost me an extra $48,000.
So he's got $50,000 more dollars is going to cost him next year by nothing except for the government is telling him that he can now not pay $9.98. He has to pay $10.98. $50,000 more
with the same exact hours.
Same hours. So I don't blame some of these restaurants for closing at 10 instead of 11. And
shocking, isn't it?
And
I am shocked.
Yeah.
Because you're open 7 days a week. He's open 12 hours a day or 15 hours a day. 4 servers during the day, 7 servers at night, so on and so on. it's $48,000. It's going to cost next year, starting September to September.
So, quick question.
So if your payroll, so what's that come out to about 3,000? What's that? About $4,000 a month?
That's what I was saying.
About $4,000 more a month.
What? Oh, probably. That was basic math.
About $4,000 more a month starting in September. So his payroll is going up $4,000 October 1st.
Yep.
Everybody. Whatever you spend, add another
every year now.
So sometimes, if you really think about it, sometimes the servers or the bartenders are making more than you, because I mean, if you combine them all together, essentially. And when I mean make more, people don't think about running a business. So
you wanna have your mind blown?
I love having my mind blown.
I'll break it down because this it blows people's minds. I'll break it down real easy. You tip, so your bill, however much you pay, you tip 20% to your server, right?
Usually tip a little bit more if she's good.
Yeah, so you're say the basic tip around 20%. So that server's making 20% of that tab.
Okay.
A normal restaurant in these times, do you know how much the restaurant is making percentage-wise?
10 to 12%.
6. Now, if you're doing really good, you're around 12, 15. If you're doing really good, the average right now, 6%. It's the average because
somebody spends $100. Somebody spends $100,
stuff like that.
Somebody spends $100, you make $6 profit, and the server made 20.
That's hold on. She actually made a little bit more because you're not forgetting. What about her hourly wage? Forgot about the hourly wage too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, you can still, even in this climate, you can do really good. You can run 12, 15. You can even
20% is not out of the question.
Yeah, 20% is not out of the question.
So you do $1 million.
I would say the average, most restaurants are running about 6.
That's pure profit take home after everyone's been paid.
I know a ton of restaurant owners that are struggling to make their bills.
Restaurants doing well.
Yeah.
Hey, restaurants doing $100,000 a month. But when you're figure 6% of $100,000, $6,000. How do you live off $6,000 as if you have a mortgage and a family? You run a business. You're $1 million a year business. $1 million a year. You bring home $6,000 a month.
That doesn't make sense.
And it's only going to get worse next month, next in September because it goes up another $1, and then the following September goes up another $1. So you'll spend about $100,000 more in the next 2 years on payroll.
Probably a little bit more because then you got things going up. Everything going up, food. So you add that into.
Usually stuff like that. Your food goes up, your price goes up. I mean, you get, that kind of goes up with this. That doesn't really fluctuate much as long as you stick with the pricing and And
then when the server's like, "Oh, I messed," and this is why people get upset when the server, "Oh, I overcooked the burger. Sorry."
It's not the server's fault. It's the cook's fault.
The cook's fault, or the server put in the wrong order and put onions on it. And she's allergic to onions, so now you got to go back and make the whole thing.
It's not that serious.
It is serious.
So
she messed up, and you have to correct it as a business.
Oh, as a business, yeah.
We may all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
Little Stephanie didn't put no onions on there, so the cook put onions on there, and she's deathly allergic to onions. Now you got to throw that whole burger away.
Wasted food.
You got to make them another burger with no onions, and then bring it back out. Not only do you maybe get a bad review for this, little Stephanie's still getting her money. Cook's not. Who pays for that?
The restaurant.
The restaurant owner who didn't make the mistake. And little Stephanie gets her 20%. Oh, I'm sorry. And what do? Fire her? Scold her? Make her pay it? You really can't.
I mean, how many times is Stephanie messing up? If this is an occurrence all the time, then Stephanie got to go.
Yeah, but it's going to happen once or twice.
It is going to happen.
Imagine when the server, imagine when the restaurant customer doesn't say it. Oh, I forgot to tell you I'm allergic to onions. I didn't realize there was onions on it.
Look, you want to be the most profitable restaurant around, restaurant, bar, whatever it is. Figure out how to make all your employees give a shit.
And how do you do that?
Hey, that's the hard part.
It's actually the most easiest part.
You do that?
That's the easy part. That's the easy part.
I think it's the easiest part.
I think it's the most easiest part because I have a personality for it. I have on.
It is personality. You're right, but it's a
mindset
lot more
too, and you can do things.
Profit sharing and tip outs. Give them this. Make them feel like family. Make them feel like home. Yeah. And I hate that word, make them feel like family, because anyone I've ever sold it to me, it never works out.
So you think profit sharing as a whole, just as a whole company, profit sharing with your entire staff.
Right.
Incentives for sure. You got to give
Incentives, maybe not, 1%, 0.5%, something like that. If I knew at the end of the month I was getting a separate check for this, I'd probably work a little harder.
Yeah.
I'd probably come in. I'd probably come in on time. I'd stay that extra hour if you asked me to stay. I wouldn't be like, oh God, I got to stay. I'd actually stay. So I think we've trained them. $11 an hour is not a bad deal. Or sorry, it's $10 an hour. $10 an hour is not a very bad deal when you're a 22-year-old kid going to college and you're working 30 hours. You're making $300 with no tips, nothing. You made $300.
Yeah, but another thing you can do too is the people that you have hired, you might, out of we'll say you have 20 people, you could get rid of half of your staff, retrain them and make them where it's upsell. It's like having 20 little minions running around. If you can all have them programmed to do and to say exactly like a script, it's like a calling agency. Yeah. I'll say the same thing. If you can have your servers programmed to say the same thing, you'll see a huge cost, right? You can do these bonuses or do cookouts and, make them or do dirty Santa around Christmas time. Give them something to look forward to. Make them, because a lot of times people don't have a family. They don't have a home.
Yeah, business has gotten cheaper about that too.
They have, but if you can train your employees, because a lot of the time is people just go to serving and they think they could just serve tables. It takes more than that. If you can train them and teach them how to actually make you more money, and the way that they're going to make you more money is by teaching them how to upsell.
It's making everybody more money because the more they sell is making them, but they don't do it. But half the restaurants in this, I'd say 85, 90% of the restaurants do not do that. I mean, you know that. How many you go to restaurants and none of them are spectacular. Chick-fil-A is the only one that's my pleasure, but obviously we proved that wrong today.
They ain't doing my pleasure.
But I'm saying like most restaurants are, I would say 99.5 out of 100 are exactly the same.
Do you know how many restaurants I've been to so far that has not sold or upsold me? And every restaurant that I've been to, the server has all been the same. Not one place I went to.
But that's not what they're harping on. It's crazy. But ownership, that's the key. The key is you want to make more money? The key is not raise your prices. The key is not.
It's in your people.
It's in your people. Yeah. It's not in your people. It's in your training.
It's in your training.
We've gotten cheap. We make the head bartender also the bar manager. We make the 22-year-old a lead server, so we don't have to be there, and she can lock up the restaurant. That's been the problem. Is when costs get higher, we have to cut things, and we've cut the wrong thing. Training. Everything is training. Look at the military. They train you. They break you down and they train you to be exactly what they want, exactly how they want you to do things. They break you down at boot camp. I've never been, but what I've heard, they break you down to where you're nothing and you're lower than dirt, and they build you back up to be the most highest dedicated person in this city. But they build you up the way they want to build you up, exactly the way they want to do it. If we did the same thing, the problem is it's hard. It's hard. You get these servers in here, and you got to have the right look and the right feel and the right attitude for the service.
Well, you have the law that works against you. God, now you have to hire differently. You have to, you have to fire differently. You can only let them work so many hours at doing this before, because they're tipped employees, and they can only do this for so long. There's such a legal ramification for
overtime.
Everything.
Think about overtime too. So what's it? $17 an hour, $60 an hour?
Overtime just after 40, time and a half. I mean, that's an easy one. But I mean, just the legal. I'm talking about the legal ramifications of doing anything.
Yeah, you'd be. I remember 20 years. You walk up, you're fired. Didn't work.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah. Now you fire someone. They call the HR, and you looked at them wrong on a Tuesday 6 weeks ago, and they're going to get Morgan & Morgan now because you looked at them a little creepy, and they don't feel right about being fired. And that's what happens 90%. We've given our world that option these days. Yeah. When I got fired from a job, it's like, man, that sucks. Got to go find something else. Didn't even think about calling Morgan & Morgan because he looked at me wrong, or he told me my break was only 59 minutes because we got busy, and I'm suing for 1 minute.
How are you able to build a team if you're not allowed to tell anyone that they suck?
Tell them in so many ways.
The military can tell you suck, and the military can break you down. They don't get in trouble. They can break you down and call you pieces of shit at boot camp. They don't get in trouble. They don't give anything. You call Morgan & Morgan, be like, my sergeant general called me a piece of shit. I feel, they'll call you every name in the freaking book at boot camp. They don't get in trouble, but we can't do it to build the team.
You get in trouble.
You get in trouble. You get sued.
Hold on, Dan Newland, write a check, or what is that one? What is that, Dan?
What is it now? Now the new one is a hostile work environment.
Yeah,
that's the new one now. So you can't call. I mean, no one's like, oh, my manager. It's a that Joe is providing, for example, Joe, I'm going to sue because Joe's providing a hostile work environment. That's the new one now. So it's such a gray borderline because what is hostile? Well, he yelled at me in front of a few people and told me that, I didn't serve the burger right. That's a hostile work environment. You're not making a steady work environment. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. America needs to grow some damn balls and should be able to run a business. I want to run a business. Legally is fine. You shouldn't be able to do anything. This underpaid people.
You shouldn't be.
I should be able to fire somebody because I should be able to fire you because you did something wrong and I have to feel remorse about it. 4 times you put in the wrong order, you're fired.
Generation soft.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree. It is.
Yep, everyone's soft.
They're just all. People are worried about their feelings, and I understand feelings. They hurt, they suck, but it makes you stronger. It builds you up. Look, like you said, the military brings them up, and they do just fine.
Yeah, they will get in your face and yell at you at boot camp, and they don't get in trouble. They don't get a hostile work environment.
Well, same thing when I worked at the prison. I worked out at Tomoka. You can pretty much tell the inmates the exact same thing, and guards don't get in trouble, because when you go to prison, you lose all your rights. And inmates are like, well, per chapter 33, and they're like, I don't give, because who's going to end up believing them? Who's going to end up telling? And that's another thing. The prison system is all messed up too, just like the service industry. It just needs to change, and the only way that it changes is with the power, and it changes with us, people.
How do you change the prison system though? Because a lot of it is private now.
It's private. It's a private business.
It's it's also like on the stocks. It's way for the government and for people to end up making money. Money.
It's about money. You get that money to change anything.
What's really crazy is
your voice doesn't mean shit now in America.
No, it doesn't.
Your money means something.
How can you end
your
up?
voice doesn't mean nothing. Oh, go vote. Your voice. No, your voice doesn't mean shit. Money means shit.
How is it that you can pay an inmate like $3-4 an hour? I don't even think it's that much. You can literally, that's a violation, I believe, of an 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. How is it that when they are in prison, because some prisons in different states, they make license plates, they make shirts, they do different things, they do welding.
They work in the kitchen,
making food. And
they make them like $3 an hour.
Yeah, but how come?
But I can't pay somebody $3 an hour just because they robbed a store. I now get the right to pay them $3 an hour because they're in jail for a year because they made a bad decision and robbed a store. Didn't harm anybody, robbed a store, got caught for $700. Now they're in jail for a year, and I have the right as a private company, because they're still a company. They don't have to follow the minimum wage rules. They don't have to follow the rules. They don't have to follow nothing. And they can pay them $3 an hour and talk down and it doesn't matter. But it is a private equity business.
And I don't even know if it's at $3 now. That was like, back, I got to see exactly how much, but yeah, it's $3-4. It's way less than what minimum wage is. Like, how is that legal? How is that?
Have you ever hired anyone from the work release program? Okay, so I have. What do you got?
It's a privilege for them to work in the prison. It's not forced. A lot of the times it is forced. They have to end up working because they're not allowed to just sit around. The only way they're allowed to sit down or sit around is if they have like documentation for medical that ends up excusing them. But they are supposed to be working in there. It's a part of the rehabilitation reform system.
All right.
Meghan's like, boom.
Boom. Like, no, they are. What? Like, whether it's working inside of the dorm and they're a cleaner inside their dorm, whether it's working as a barber, it's to end up helping them rehabilitate. And then it ends up transferring them once they go to the work camp to then end up.
Where you've hired people.
So yeah, I hired people, and then so it was the best hires that I would get. I would pay minimum wage, but they would come in from prison, they'd work, and then they'd have to go back. I'd have to send the schedule to the prison, and they would have to approve it. So like I would give the guy an extra like 2 hours that we could go hang out with his girlfriend, and then he would go back on the bus and go back to prison. But I had to pay him minimum wage. I couldn't pay more. And I had to pay the jail, not him. So the money went to the jail, and they paid him like a couple bucks an hour, and they took the rest of the money.
So you paid say 14 an hour, 13 an hour, whatever it was.
Yeah, back then I think it was like 8.
So you paid the $8 an hour, and they paid him 3 and kept 5.
Yeah.
And you had to get approval. You had to say, and it's a business.
Yeah.
Do you see how it's a privately owned business? Traded on the stock market.
Yeah.
You cannot.
And
You
you still
you're not
can get
allowed
away.
to go. You're not allowed to go and you're not allowed to pass go and collect $200.
You collect $2.50.
$2.50.
But hey, we are getting to that time.
Dude, this one flew.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can
We're-
feel
we're
like.
doing an
And we
hour.
started out the show with the Come On Karen. I
know.
love
We
it.
already started with the come on, Karen.
And see, when I started, I was like, "What are we going to talk about today?" And they're
Oh,
like,
yeah. She calls me, what are we going to talk about? Like, I'm like, trust me, listen.
Yeah, it
this
just
hour will
flows.
go by
It
without
just
you know
happens.
it. Just comes on and goes.
and it did, and we just kind of flew with it, kind of like with the whole TikTok. We have 20 more minutes of our. We have a TikTok battle.
You have a TikTok battle.
I do. That's fun. That's exciting. You guys are going to have to see that.
All right, I'm down.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, we're going to watch the TikTok battle.
All right.
You get excited. Oh my God, I want a star.
Well, remember, everybody that's watching this TikTok battle is actually over if you're watching this on not TikTok.
How many
So-
followers do we have? Like 10?
You know, you could probably go check it out in the past. I don't know. Is that how TikTok works? Oh,
So now you have to go live for 3 separate days. You got to complete that, and then you can start doing.
3 separate days for 30 minutes?
Yeah, go live for 30 minutes. Go live on 3 separate days. Yeah.
all right. You got homework.
I'm going live tonight.
Just sit there. You can just go live. I'll go. I can't join you on the go
Well,
live.
Megan, thank you for joining
you.
us.
We'll do this again.
Yes.
Yes, and come see us next week and check out our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, X.
I think you got them all.
Yeah, I think I got it
I
all.
don't know. YouTube.
It took a year, but I got it. I think
Perfect.
I did. Yeah, we got it. All right.
Perfect.
See y'all next week. Thanks, y'all.
This episode brought to you by Stir Hospitality.
Go to stirhospitality.com if you are a new restaurant. If you're a restaurant that is not seeing the profits that you used to,
Bar and nightclub.
bar and nightclub too, they will get you back in the black. Stirhospitality.com.